Iron lung. In a distant future where humanity has spread across the stars, everything suddenly goes silent. An event called the Quiet Rapture wipes out all communication, and entire star systems seem to vanish overnight. Humanity is collapsing. Simon is locked up for destroying a filament station by the Consolidation of Iron. They offer him a chance at freedom. They force him to pilot the SM-13, a tiny, outdated submarine known as the Iron Lung. His mission: dive into an ocean made entirely of blood and collect a sample from a massive skeletal structure deep below the surface. The only way he can see on the outside is through this crude X-ray camera. As Simon descends, everything starts to break down. Then he notices something moving in the blood. Huge shapes, living creatures, and they're getting closer. First, a quick disclaimer. Now, I'm an old man, so I'm not exactly familiar with the source material or Markiplier. All I know is he has a massive following on this platform, but that's the extent of my knowledge. So what you're getting here is an honest outsider opinion. Now, his performance was really solid. It takes a lot to carry a story almost entirely by yourself in one cramped location, and he really pulls it off. That rickety old submarine absolutely nailed that claustrophobic vibe. Every creak and groan made it feel like the whole thing could fall apart at any moment. They did a great job building that slow, creeping sense of dread as the expedition went deeper. The X-ray photo gimmick worked surprisingly well. It added a layer of mystery that kept me interested. On the technical side, I did have a few issues. Some of the sound mixing made the dialogue tough to hear, and the way certain shots were framed didn't always help. There were a lot of extreme close-ups that felt unnecessary, and half the time I wasn't even sure what I was supposed to be looking at. The X-ray photo mechanic started off strong, but it lost its impact after a while since you never really get a clear look at anything. A few of the scenes also dragged on longer than they needed to, and some moments didn't seem to lead anywhere meaningful. I don't need my hand held, but the story didn't give me quite enough to latch on to. I'll be honest, I didn't connect with a lot of this, and it circles back to my original disclaimer. If I was familiar with the source material, maybe some of these scenes would have hit a little bit harder, but coming in as a complete novice, all I can do is judge what's on the screen. There's a lot to appreciate here, but in the end, I think this is really geared toward just the fans. I mean, for someone like me, coming in without any familiarity with the game or the lore, it just didn't land the same way it probably does for people who already know this world. I think it's a solid effort, but your enjoyment is definitely going to depend on how much you understand going in. So I have a question for the fans, and don't roast me right away. Educate me a little bit. Is this an accurate representation of the source material? Did they capture what you were hoping for when he announced he was making this movie? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.